All right, so here we are, North Idaho again. I think it's the 21st. Is today the 21st?
Today, the 21st of November, and there's not a
21st
stitch of
of
snow looking anywhere.
And we don't have any snow anywhere. Last 2 days of September, obviously, we had snow. We had hopes. We had our fingers crossed. But North Idaho, this probably going to be an abnormal year. We've had cold enough temperatures, but we haven't had any precipitation, no snow. I think I looked up an area in Canada the other day, 500 some miles away. No, actually it was in Montana, Red Lodge, because Red Lodge is on the Indy Pass. We both got the Indy Pass, 500 and some miles away. Not driving quite that far yet. Hungry, but not that hungry. So today we want to bring up a topic that we've been asked to do, actually by the Coeur d'Alene High School here in North Idaho. They have a snowboard club. I think it's real cool. They got 80 members of that club. And of course, we want to encourage them to spread the word. It's kind of like not the gospel, but spread the word. So I'm going to ask Ted to give you an acronym that we use in the world of safety. It's called the Responsibility Code. And we're going to talk about it and hope that this information is passed on. And we've created a lot of snowboarding citizens who will look out for others as well as ourselves. So you want to take that?
Sure.
Cool.
Okay. So clovers. The way we start out, clovers. C-L-O-V-E-R-S. So the first one is C for control. And control covers all kinds of things, but go ahead.
All right, well, control would be how fast am I going? What am I pointing my snowboard at? Can I avoid something that might happen in front of me unexpectedly by other people who aren't under control? And this is frequent, whether you be in a car in traffic or on a hill. So let's just say, while I'm on a hill, skier or snowboarder, I'm in traffic. You agree with that?
Yep.
Cool.
And mine, my quick and down and dirty is you can do what you want to do when you want to do it. So you don't get hurt, you don't hurt anybody else. Next, lifts.
So we're going right down the list of CL.
All right. Lifts can mean a chair, it can mean a pommel lift, it can mean a rope tow. There are these strange things in New Zealand that you buckle in. You need to know how to use all of them, get into them, onto them, get out of them, and get away from them, all in control again. That cover it?
Yeah, that kind of covers it. As a beginning snowboarder and somebody starting out, a lift is actually a moving device, weighs in a chair, let's say a double chair, 375 pounds. I have been knocked to the ground as a lift attendant by not paying attention, cut my forehead open, bleeding down my arm. They don't get out of your way when they're moving, and if the people at the top who are supposed to watch you unload and turn their head and then assist you are quite often a little dozy and don't pay attention to that heavy equipment that's moving into your body in an incorrect way. Also, when loading a lift, we have left foot forward riders and right foot forward riders. We recommend, Ted and I both agree with this, that when we load as a left and right foot rider, we want to load butt to butt and sit in that appropriate chair. Loading face to face, if Ted will turn towards me, and we both decided to get out of these chairs, this is what we would do. Bam, slam. You're going to take a face shot from somebody's helmet. You're going to stand up and go, oh my God, and I'm going to push you out of the way, and we're going to have really hard, or I'm going to grab you because I'm scared and I'm falling, and you'll help me stay up. If I go off butt to butt, we bump butts like in the old days. The bump was a dance we all did, and we move away from each other. So consider that, very important. And if you need an assistance with that, ask a lifty to help you, in or out, or watch other people before you even attempt to sit down. All right, moving on.
Okay, C-L-O, others. All right, others are, you do unto others. Always do unto others as you would have them do unto you.
Oh, so, there we go, a little biblical.
That's about the easiest thing to remember, I hope. And that means if there's people in front of you, you give them the right of way, give them plenty of space, don't buzz them, don't go near them, and avoid your collisions. It's very easy to understand that if everything in front of you has right of way, there's a tree, we're going to argue with it? I don't think so. And then after the event, you're going to say, well, I was going where I wanted to go, and that got in front of me. No, everybody on that slope needs to be taken care of in that sense. And when you ride or when you ski, you need to be aware of them. You also need to be aware of them to protect yourself. Go ahead, that's yours.
All right, so in that light, I'm a left foot forward rider. When I'm on an open slope with a lot of people and heavy traffic and people are just bombing right and left side, down the middle or whatever, I look at them as a hazard to my life. So as a left foot forward rider, I will ride skiers left, meaning on the left-hand side of the slope. I will enter that turn on a toe turn to the middle, only to the middle. I will not cross the entire slope, because if I do, when I cut back, I will be coming back across that slope blindside on my heel, and everybody on my left will take me out at some point. So I ride skiers left. If they want to pass me, they can pass me on my heel side and go right into the trees. Not a problem for me. People need to realize that snowboarders cannot see on their blind side, which is the side where our butt is. Unless I'm an owl and my head turns 380 degrees, 360, 180 degrees, I cannot look out for them. I can only see to my shoulder, to my lead, and where my hips will allow me to twist, and back into my toe side turn. This side, the head stops. I don't see back here at all. For saying that, I'm going to add one more thing to that. As a snowboarder, please do one more thing. When you select goggles, get goggles that allow your peripheral to be seen. So right now I can see my hands. Don't get these goggles that end up being like horse blinders that allow great sun blockage, but I can't see a darn thing over here. And if I'm limited in my turn, I still don't see Ted. I need a peripheral goggle that I can see. I can see Ted right now. Think about that. It's a very important safety factor.
Okay, short, down, and dirty. When you pass a snowboarder, pass them on the belly button side, chest side. Okay? Belly button and chest. And if they ride wide open like this, still think about where the belly button is pointing. All right? And if you're passing a skier, you can call out behind them, passing on your right, passing on your left. It just gives them the orientation that something's coming by. They don't have rear view mirrors. You need them. Okay?
Yeah, it's a courtesy thing. It's a standard courtesy.
It's courtesy.
It's old time, but it works.
And it's safety.
Somebody might even say thank you.
Okay, yeah. They might act surprised. All right. Clovers, C-L-O-V, that's vision. And then E.
We haven't done the vision.
We haven't done vision. I don't know how to spell.
I'll go with vision real quick because we got to kind of get down dirty.
Did we do vision? We
didn't do vision. We talked about vision. But vision is
when
you stop on the hill for the V, vision. You want to be visible.
Yes.
Visible. We want to be visible. Wherever you stop on the hill, make sure that you're not downhill with a rise behind you or just a little bush where somebody might decide to jump over it and take you out. So as you stop, always make sure that you are clearly visible to people coming downhill above you.
Side cuts for boarders and players. You pop out of the woods and somebody doesn't know you are coming from there. It was your responsibility to check as you came out onto the trail. Where trails merge, any place.
And that gets into where we're going with the E, C-L-O-V-E, entering. When entering a trail.
My mnemonics are
Whether you're
different.
emerging trail, if you're on a cat track that has uphill runs coming at you, turn your head, look uphill. These people are coming down, having a great time, and you are in their way. Believe me, you are in my way. I am the coolest dude you have ever seen. Please get the heck out of my way. and people will treat you that way. So look out for those people who don't look out for you anytime you're merging any type of trail.
All right. I can't even read my own writing from this distance.
It will be R.
Retention. C-L-O-V-E-R.
C-L-O-V-E-R. Here we go.
I'm a boarder. These are both the same.
And nobody said that borders had to spell, so please stay with us.
Oh, man. All right. Retentions. That's what we call a leash. It's a leash. And there are long leashes. It attaches to the snowboard and then attaches to someplace on you. And your board is not going to fall off. But these leashes are very helpful in deep snow if you need to take the board off so you don't lose it and you can hold on to the leash. You can walk a leash, or you've taken a snowboard off and you're somewhere on the mountain and you're walking. You don't want that board to fall out of your hands and run away by itself. So you're able to hold on to a leash.
Cool.
The short leashes work. They don't work so well for little kids because they don't negotiate them that well. But a leash is, here in Idaho, as far as we understand, it's mandatory. Many places don't require them and don't say anything about them. But for safety's sake and for that utility when you're out on the mountain, there's nothing wrong with that. That's not a bad little piece of equipment to have.
Yep. So the only time a leash actually is totally functional, and it came from surfing, by the way, to keep the surfboard from washing away out in the ocean, would be if it was attached to my binding, and I didn't check the screws on my binding, and my binding fell off the board, I'd still have my binding because it's attached to my leaf, although my board might kill you. But anyhow, it is just a requirement. Skiers got to have brakes. We have to have leashes, not everywhere, but general idea. But really, it'll prevent a lost board if you were hiking and you had it around your wrist. When you fall and you go to catch yourself, you might not have to chase your snowboard 2,000 feet of vertical to find it again, and you probably won't. So last on our list of clovers.
Before we get there, just if any of you youngsters are watching, skis used to have leashes too. They didn't always have brakes. So it's a holdover, but it's not a bad thing for boarders. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, so we're at the last, which would be the S, with making it clovers. So S, go ahead, Ted.
Signage. So you see signs, they're there for a reason. There's not a lot of them. There's not a lot of billboards on mountains, thank goodness. There are signs that give you safety clues of things going on. There are signs that will tell you to prepare to unload, watch clothing that is flowing around that could get caught in something. When you see ribbons up, those are telling you not to go in some place. Pay attention to those. They're generally there for your safety or somebody else's safety. It could be telling you that you're merging a trail. It could be telling you any number of things. Pay attention to signs. Not any different than when you're out on a highway. And you're
walking down the hall in school.
Yeah, and we all got to agree that when there's a stop sign, we all got to come to a stop. Yeah, otherwise there's lots and lots of crashes. So.
All right, so that kind of concludes our safety run. There'll be a few signs that will be added in that Ted made up that you will not see on a ski hill, because Ted designed these signs personally for an area he worked in back east. I don't know if you guys actually used them or not.
Well, I got run over.
They got run over.
And I figured to solve this problem.
They say in figures and lines and directions, red lines don't go or do go, the things we have just gone over. So remember, the main thing we're trying to stress here, these rules are here to protect you and to protect the other people too. Wear a helmet. Wear a helmet. I've been hit by other boarders and skiers, and I had no idea they were going to hit me. I've been hit in the head, could have laid it open. I've been concussed with a helmet on. Things happen. They're called accidents. So be safe. Play safe, think smart, and do the right thing for yourself and others. Make this a sport that we don't have to worry about looking over our back all the time for an idiot that doesn't know these basic understandings of safety. Cool. I hope you like this video. You'll subscribe. pass this information on to your friends, to your family. Sometimes ride up in a chair and say, hey, I noticed blah, blah, blah. And we can get the word out because it seems to be a little bit lacking in a lot of areas today. Hope you like this video. You'll subscribe, hit the like button, and come back. We got more coming.